All right, Lefty here, 492W. Want to talk about Project 4, some last bit pointers, specifically improvements, additions, and mechanics that I'll expect you to um, apply. All right, when it comes to Project 4, some improvements here. The devil is in the details, so you need to apply and approve and expand from Project 3. That's what I want you to do here. So you're going to see, we just do it real short. Section A is your business design and vision, which you've already done. But again, you're going to define your organizational design. But you want to reinforce and connect what you did with your leadership and management definitions and visions and so forth. So, must add the type of business. It is based on tax considerations. We talked about this. Most of you are going to use an LLC. There were 5 different types, but also I don't want anybody to use the corporation. You can do some different types there. You must include also then from Project 3 what you talked about in Project 4 now is your situational leadership theory when you start to talk about your business design and vision. You must talk about your definitions of leadership and management and some goals and objectives. And then also those evaluation methods of it. Again, your quality controls. I would suggest you add your purpose, your why. What's your brand? What's your mantra? What's your mission? What's your why? What's your purpose? Add customer service. We've talked about this in retention. Again, without that, you don't have a business. And then you want to start to talk about the estimated number of full-time staff you're going to have, because that will, again, by health law, determine what you are required to do for benefits. But then you can, again, start to support that telling me what you are going to do with your benefits. Why or why not? And you can cite health law there to start. Easy TRI. With Section 3, the staff development plan, again, you want to incorporate what we talked in Project 3 now was those different learning styles and cycles, and more importantly then, how you're going to put that into your internal training program. Okay, so again, TRI for theory you select, and then the learning style and cycle to be used with your teaching and your training and your orientation. Again, devil is in the details. All right, then with Project 4, when you get into Section C, description of your staff development plan, again, I would apply customer service and retention into your training programs. You obviously want to do it in your internal training. Make that part of your orientation, part of your agenda. Is it 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 1 day, whatever that is? Again, you may want to put it in external training where you bring in an expert. Focus on customer service and retention. Again, we want to do training evaluations, so have some tools there to assess is what you're doing in your training actually being achieved. And then last, staff compensation, get more details, what you're going to provide, why, and then cite, again, health, starting with health law, but other possible benefits and decisions. And then lastly, your staff development program, certifications, continuing ed. Big thing here is you need to provide concrete examples. So the illustration for each of these ends up being, again, an agenda or outline of how you're going to do most of them. When it gets to mechanics, last one. Most of you have done a good job with this, but I gave you some feedback if you didn't. But again, this needs to start to be the format for your final business plan. Once you get that down, then it can be consistent and easy. You're just copying, cutting, and pasting and building the same layout. You need headers for each of the sections, and then where there's numbers on any of the rubrics, those should have subheadings. Again, you must list all the references, not only the ones you cite or use, but also ones you can research and need that you've read about. A good example is, even if you don't cite the textbook, as it says here, you need to include that with every written project. Make sure you proofread, and then you can see now you need a minimum of 8 credible references listed here. One more time, personal communications are unpublished, so they're great to cite, and that would be an example of that is all my lectures are unpublished. So you can cite those, or from personal experiences, or maybe an interview with a business owner, maybe a family member who's a business owner. Those are personal communications. You want to cite them within the in-text document where you do that, but you don't list those as a reference and can't count as one of your minimum 8 there. All right. So again, one more time, check the due date. Don't wait till the last second. Get cracking at it here. Thanks.